Hank here for Free Podcast Tools, and today I wanted to talk to you about a 3.0 capsule that Zoom is coming out with this coming summer of 2025, and it's called the WLM-1 Wireless Lavalier Mic Capsule. So they have had this on their website for, I would say, about a month, maybe more, and I've wanted to make a video about it, but I've just been so far behind after being sick for over a month. But as you can see, it's a 3.0 capsule adapter, and it's going to be able to work for the Zoom H6essential and the Zoom H5Studio. Currently, those are the two recorders it'll work with. Obviously, you get the slide-on capsule adapter, and then you get two transmitters. The transmitters do have built-in microphones. However, if you prefer, you can connect your favorite lavalier via the 3.5 millimeter inputs on the transmitters. It does say in the fine print that plug-in power is supported. Now, here's why I think it's kind of interesting is because you can have the wireless setup going and you can have the boom mic going. Now, I tried doing this on my most recent commercial shoot. I do local commercials, but what I've always wanted to be able to do on my micro budget films, since we're not working with a big budget, obviously I'm not going to invest in some of the heavy duty recorders that cost thousands of dollars. On a real movie set, they're not using consumer grade wireless microphones on the set. You know, they're using high quality stuff that's going to eat through walls and stuff. The signal's going to be able to easily travel where it needs to travel. Whereas these kinds of packs are more for what I'm doing, the very, very low or micro budget projects. But what's cool about this is you can record both the shotgun. So if you have a shotgun mic and you have it via XLR going into port 1, let's say on the Zoom H6essential. So say you have it going into port number 1 on the Zoom H6essential. Then you could also have that capsule going at the same time. And then you can be certain that you're capturing good audio. Now, I did submit a request to Zoom. I reached out to them once I found out about the capsule, and I asked them to pass it along to their development team that it would be even better on the Zoom H6essential. At least I have this line out port. And I would love to be able to select specifically what I send out to the camera. So let's say I'm on set and we want to run the wireless packs. I keep them going. I'm recording everything, but I'm just sending them and not the boom mixture with the boom and them going into the camera. So it'd be kind of cool to have the baked in audio of your choice and then have the other audio as a backup, as a worst case scenario. I'm sure there's already professional grade equipment that does that easily, but I'm wanting something like that for just something cheap and affordable like what I'm using for my small projects. The projects I'm doing currently don't really lend themselves to me spending, $1,000 or more on a really, really heavy duty recorder that does everything I need it to do. But it would still be nice to have that functionality and that capability. So as you can see on here, I'll pull up the capsule itself as a closer look. So you have the transmitter 1, and it's got the little light indicator. Transmitter 2 indicator. We also have AI noise reduction. So I'm curious to find out how well that's going to work on locations, because you do get some crazy locations. It does have indoor mode to reduce noise from air conditioners and appliances. And it also has outdoor mode to reduce street and wind noise. The pack also comes with windscreens that are effective at reducing plosives and wind noise. And then what I thought was kind of cool on here is you get a rotating clip. So you're able to angle the microphone in a proper position with any type of clothing. Other than that, you're going to get the USB cable for charging and a dedicated carry case. You can see they show the H6essential and the H5Studio. Those are the two units that have the 3.0 capsule setup so far that I know of. Unfortunately, I haven't found any information price-wise. I would anticipate this is going to have to be $300 or more. You're getting the two transmitters, the clip-on receiver, and then the little bit of accessories they're throwing in there. But I would think at minimum $300. If it comes in cheaper than that, then yay us. However, this is something I plan on getting for my personal projects because I don't really want to spend a ton of money on some of the high-end stuff until it's warranted. You know, once I get some more films under my belt or more commercials going that pay a lot more than what we're currently making and stuff like that, I think then it would be warranted to get the high-end wireless packs that they use on film sets and the high-end recorders that they use on film sets, etc. But until then, I do just fine with my H6essential. It's extremely versatile, and then you get the 32-bit, so you're not too worried about trying to recover recordings, etc. On the last film we did, I brought the boom and boom pole, and I brought my wireless packs as well. However, there wasn't really a convenient way to do both of them and have them both be able to be synced up at a moment's notice. If you have both of them recording at the same time, then when you dump them into a project on a video editor, you're going to be able to line them up because they're going to be the same length, and you'll easily be able to line everything up and get it going. My problem was that sometimes on our film sets, we'll leave the wireless packs recording on themselves, and then you're sifting through 6, 7, 8 hours of audio to try to find a better version of the audio than you captured for the scene. Because we're using lower quality equipment that doesn't have time codes and stuff like that, do I really want to sift through all this stuff, or is it just good enough? But this seems like it's going to help me take my personal productions to a little bit higher of a level, being able to capture both simultaneously. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this something you might pick up? Do you have a need for this type of device? I think it looks pretty cool, and I think the functionality will fit my needs. Can't wait to see the price, but summer 2025, so anytime now we should be able to pick that up. Usually companies will drop products in June, but we'll see when this actually launches, and I can hardly wait. As always, thank you